Have you ever wondered why you feel things before anyone else does? Why your chest gets tight on quiet nights even when nothing seems wrong? Why the world sometimes feels louder, heavier, and sharper than you can handle? There's a reason for that. Dolores Cannon left a warning. It wasn't meant for the world. It was meant for a few chosen souls, the ones who carry a mark on their palm. She said that in 2026, something unlike anything we've lived through will fall over the earth. A drop in angelic frequency, strong and sudden. And the first to sense it will be the ones chosen long before they were born. There's a part of her message most people never heard. Those who carry the M mark will feel the coming shift before the rest of humanity wakes up to it. If you've been more sensitive than usual, if you've been pulling away from the noise, questioning everything, losing interest in things that once mattered, this message isn't random. Today you'll learn the 5 signs that show you're one of the souls Dolores Cannon spoke about. And at the end is the last prophecy she left for the marked ones. Stay with me, because if you're meant to hear this, you'll feel it inside the words. If you feel even a tiny pull in your chest right now, type 1% in the comments. Not for numbers, but as a way of saying you feel the shift calling you. Your energy is changing before your life does. If you have the M mark, the first sign you notice isn't dramatic. It doesn't hit like lightning. It shows up quietly as sensitivity. Places you used to handle now feel overwhelming. Conversations that once felt normal now weigh you down. Crowds drain you. Noise cuts through you. Even having the wrong person too close can make your whole body tense. This doesn't mean you're getting weaker. It means your frequency is rising faster than everything around you. This is the first stage of the angelic shift. Your soul starts to push away anything that once dimmed your light. You feel distance forming between you and your old habits, old patterns, even old versions of yourself. It's like life is slowly removing anything that can't follow you into 2026. Here's the part no one mentions. This discomfort is preparation. The frequency that's coming in 2026 is higher than anything humans have felt in centuries. Only those who already carry awakened spiritual energy feel it signs years before it arrives. If you've been feeling pressure in your chest, sudden intuition, ringing in the ears, emotional highs and lows, or a strong urge to be alone, these are exactly the symptoms Dolores Cannon described. This isn't burnout. It isn't instability. It's the sensitivity that comes before the shift. Your spirit is adjusting to the same vibration as the wave that will reach Earth in 2026. And the ones who feel it first were chosen before they ever took their first breath. Stay with me, because sign number 2 explains why your connections are falling apart and why it's happening right now. Your soul is leaving the old frequency before your body does. If you've been pulling away from people, not with anger or drama, but calmly and silently, you're in phase 2 of the angelic shift. This is when your soul begins disconnecting from energies that can't survive the frequency drop that's coming. You might notice people who once felt close now drain you. Conversations feel shallow. Friendships fade without conflict. You need more silence. Even small lies feel uncomfortable. You can't tolerate gossip or chaos. It feels like you're losing people, but in reality, you're being removed from a frequency that no longer fits you. Dolores Cannon warned that before the shift arrives, the chosen ones would step back from the world so they can hear the new light when it comes. That's exactly what's happening to you. This distance isn't punishment. It's protection. Your soul is shielding you from attachments that would break during the 2026 shift. You're not stepping away because you've changed for the worse. You're stepping away because you've changed for the better. And if you felt unseen, misunderstood, or strangely alone, know this: the old world is letting you go because it can't follow where you're heading. There's a reason sign number 3 is so rare. Only a small part of humanity ever experiences it. And if you carry the M mark, you're about to understand why. Sign number 3 explains the real meaning of the mark during the 2026 shift and why the marked ones feel the first wave. The universe placed the prophecy on your skin so you wouldn't forget who you are. Look at your palm for a moment. Not as an accident, but as a code placed exactly where you would someday look. If you have the M mark, you belong to the smallest spiritual group Dolores Cannon ever described. She called them the messengers of the shift. The ones who remember. The souls of returning light. Maybe you felt too emotional, too intuitive, too aware, too sensitive, too different your whole life. That was never a flaw. It was your signature. The letter M forms where three lines meet: the heart line, the headline, and the lifeline. Lines that normally never touch, but converge only on the hands of those with a higher purpose. That's why the mark is rare. People who carry it have natural discernment, a strong moral center, awareness beyond logic, the ability to sense lies, and sensitivity to unseen forces. They often feel their destiny is bigger than the place they come from. And here's how it ties to 2026. The mark reacts to frequency. It darkens or becomes sharper when your soul enters an activation period. If your mark looks stronger lately, or if you only recently noticed it, that's not random. That's timing. That's awakening. The universe is letting you know your part in the prophecy has begun. Dolores Cannon said the marked ones would feel the shift first because their palms carry the spiritual wiring needed to receive the descending light. Right now you might feel something rising in your chest, a quiet recognition. Because sign number 4 reveals why your dreams and emotions have been acting strange and why your soul is trying to remember something from before this life. Sign number 4 reveals the return of angel memory. This is why the chosen ones feel homesick for a place they can't describe. Your soul remembers what your mind doesn't. If you have the M mark, you may have felt something ancient waking up. A sense of remembering something you've never lived. Missing a place you can't name. A strange longing for a world you've never seen. This isn't fantasy. It's angel memory. Dolores Cannon rarely spoke about this, except in private. She said that before the descending light comes, the marked ones will feel an echo of their first home. This echo appears in subtle ways: vivid dreams of light, temples, gates, or stairs. Hearing your name when no one is there. Seeing quick flashes of white or gold before sleep. Feeling like certain places are familiar even if you've never been there. Emotions that don't match your current life. A deep longing you can't explain. A sense that something big is on its way. You may wake up at 3:33 or 4:44, your heart racing without fear. Your intuition rises. Your dreams turn into messages. Your senses sharpen. This is your soul reconnecting with a version of you that existed before this lifetime. The angelic frequency coming in 2026 can only be received by those who remember who they truly are. When angel memory returns, you begin to see through people. Intentions stand out. Energy becomes visible through emotion. You're not imagining this. You're returning to yourself. But this leads to the most sacred sign of all. A sign Dolores Cannon said only about 1% of souls experience. Sign number 5 is the moment your calling begins. The final confirmation that you were chosen for 2026. When the light descends, the marked ones feel it before the world notices anything changing. If you carry the mark, there comes a moment when your life feels different, not chaotic, but aligned in a way that doesn't make sense. This is the calling phase. The moment your soul hears something your ears can't. It starts quietly, a ringing in the ears. A soft vibration in the chest. Pressure on the forehead or above the crown. Random waves of emotion. A pull toward silence, nature, or the night sky. A strange feeling that someone is trying to reach you. A sense that time is moving faster even if life looks the same. This isn't anxiety. This is your energy recognizing the frequency coming in 2026. Dolores Cannon gave specific warnings for this stage. She said the chosen will feel the shift before the sky reacts. Their bodies will know before their minds understand. You'll notice a few clear changes. 1. You feel pushed away from the wrong people. Even long-term friends suddenly feel out of sync with you. 2. Your intuition becomes instant. You know things before they happen. You sense danger before it appears. Opportunities feel obvious. 3. You feel watched, but not in fear, more like something protective is paying attention. 4. A sense of mission starts forming inside you, even if you don't yet know what it is. This internal shift is what separates the chosen from everyone else. Most people won't feel the first wave until it's already here. But the marked feel it early, sometimes months, sometimes years. You're not reacting to 2026. You're matching its frequency. Now everything comes together. Dolores Cannon kept one prophecy only for the marked ones. A message that holds warning, comfort, and destiny. The prophecy begins now. The descending light won't touch every soul. Only the marked will sense the first wave. Dolores Cannon often used symbols, but there was one message she never shared publicly. She saved it for those who carry the sign. That sign was the M. Here is the part almost no one knows. When the shift arrives, the world won't see anything, but the marked ones will feel the air change. She said the shift will begin quietly. Not with disaster. Not with chaos. But with a drop of light, a pulse, a frequency that falls on earth like a silent storm. Invisible to the eye, undeniable to the soul. And in 2026, the marked will sense it first. Dolores Cannon described it like this: their palms will grow warm. Their hearts will flutter like wings. Their bodies will remember the language of light. This isn't a symbol. It's an actual sensation. The mark reacts because it isn't just a line. It's a receiver. A form of ancient geometry placed on your skin so you can anchor the coming frequency. She warned the chosen about 3 things. 1. Stay away from the wrong people when the shift reaches Earth. Your energy will reflect whatever you're near. If you stay close to fear, you'll absorb fear. If you're near chaos, it will shake you. 2. Don't ignore the ringing in your ears. She said the ringing is the trumpet before the light. A countdown. Proof that your soul is awake. Point 3. When you feel the urge to isolate, listen to it. She said the chosen must be alone for a moment so the light can enter without interference from the world's noise. Then she shared one final line to only a few before she died: the ones with the M will be the first to rise. Not rise in status. Not rise in pride. Rise in frequency. In clarity. In memory. Rise into who they truly were long before this life. The angelic shift won't turn you into someone else. It will reveal who you already are. Now comes the most personal message, the one meant for souls who have already started awakening. The activation message begins now. Your awakening isn't an accident. It's a memory. If you carry the mark, if every sign here feels familiar, if something in you whispers this message is yours, then listen closely. You aren't broken. You aren't too sensitive. You aren't lost. You're becoming. The world taught you to shrink, but your soul is rising, quietly and powerfully. There's a reason you never fit in. A reason your heart sees deeper than your eyes. A reason your wounds became wisdom before others even understood theirs. You weren't born to copy. You weren't born to stay asleep. You were born marked, born remembering, born listening. Your frequency is one the world is only now beginning to understand. Dolores Cannon called souls like you the angelic 1%. The ones who feel the future before it arrives. The ones who sense the shift before the earth reacts. The ones who rise when others fall into confusion. Here's the truth you were never meant to hear from the world. You weren't meant to fit into this timeline. You were meant to change it. Every moment you felt alone was your soul pulling you away from the noise so you could hear the call. Every heartbreak carved a doorway for light to enter. Every betrayal sharpened your intuition. Your gifts have been waking up all along. You're not waking up slowly. You're waking up right on time. The shift of 2026 isn't coming to you. It's coming for you. Because you are one of the few who can carry its frequency. Now the universe asks one thing from you. Stop doubting yourself. Stop silencing your inner voice. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. You were chosen long before this lifetime. And if your heart is beating faster right now, if your palms feel warm, if your chest feels full, then your soul is saying, I know this truth. If you feel the awakening rising inside you, write in the comments, I accept the angelic shift. Hope I am the marked. Not as a ritual, but as a confirmation of who you already are. Because now you're ready for the final message. The one Dolores Cannon meant for the souls who will carry the new frequency into the next era. The final prophecy begins now. The shift doesn't choose the prepared. It chooses the marked. When Dolores Cannon spoke about 2026, she didn't describe fear or destruction. She described a moment of return. A moment when the souls who carried the mark through lifetimes finally awakened to why they came here. She said the shift will arrive in 3 waves. 1. The whisper. A pull, a warmth in the palms, a ringing like a distant call home. This happens first to the marked ones. 2. The descent. A drop of light invisible to the eye but unmistakable to the soul. A sense that the air has changed. Time slows. Intuition becomes truth. 3. The unveiling. A clarity so sharp it feels like everything was blurry until now. A rush of memory. A reminder of the mission you accepted long before this life. Then she shared the sentence that ties the entire prophecy together. When the shift touches Earth, the marked will not fear the change. They will become the change. Your mark isn't an accident. It isn't random. It's a travel mark. A sign you carried from another realm. A reminder of the promise your soul made before entering this world. A promise to hold the frequency others will rise into. A promise to anchor the light when the planet begins to shake. A promise to awaken not through force, but through remembrance. And in 2026, that promise activates. Your sensitivity is the sign. Your intuition is the guide. Your loneliness is the preparation. Your dreams are the doorway. Your M mark is the ancient seal that shows your soul is ready. So when the shift comes, don't look outside yourself. Don't wait for a signal. Don't fear the unknown. Look at your palms. Feel the warmth. Feel the truth. Feel the memory deep in your bones. And speak the words Dolores Cannon said with a key for the marked ones. I remember who I am. Because the moment you remember, the light will recognize you.